Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the hoodoracle, aka Karmic's Worst Nightmare, aka the Rembrandt of Karmic Readers, aka Diamonds in the Rough, also known as That Bitch or Queen Bee. I wanted to talk a little bit about a post that I had made on my community board. It was from an excerpt that I had seen in a article really about this subject, and I just wanted to give my take on things. It's about megalomania and persecution mania. Megalomania is basically somebody with a god complex, and persecution mania kind of goes hand in hand with that megalomania because anything seen going against that person's beliefs that they want to spread uh, across the masses is seen as being persecuted. Okay, so it's very prevalent in the spiritual community whenever somebody is challenged, all of a sudden that switch for persecution mania gets turned on. So I'm going to do a little reading as to what is currently going on with these two issues. Now, I'm just going to preface this by saying, not everybody's going to agree with me, and I'm not here to force somebody into agreeing with me. You either do or you don't. It's like, and it's completely up to you whether you believe it or not. Tune into your soul. That's all I ask for you to do, and see what your soul says. If it resonates with it, then great. If not, then click off. It's like, I'm not here to force anyone. I'm not here to force feed anybody anything that they are not ready to digest in their own or on their own. Okay, so those that resonate with what I'm saying will not have to have it diced up into a million pieces like baby food, to be able to palate it and to be able to ingest it. Remember, guys, especially now, you are what you ingest. Be careful what you take in, okay? Because your spirit needs to be just as healthy as your body is, okay? Both things work in tandem, okay? Your vehicle has to be 100% in tip-top shape. This is why we have doctors. But your spiritual health has to be up to par as well. So you either resonate or you don't, and it's like, it's not for me to judge. I'm not here to judge. I'm not. Okay, all I'm here is to present the facts as they come or become available to me so that I can share that with whoever is ready to hear it. Okay, that being said, let's get into the reading about megalomania, and I will put the descriptions of megalomania and persecution mania within the description so that you can do a little research on your own, because it's I'm not the final authority on things. There are articles about this, so if you feel it behooves you to find out about this even more, I will put that information for you. Okay, so that being said, and I am not entirely sure why this just happened. Okay, something is going on within the spiritual community here. This should not have happened. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. It looks like black soot all over my tarot cards. Somebody is doing something. Somebody is upset with me. Ooh, somebody pressed. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go wash my hands. It's coming off, guys. It's coming off. I want y'all to pay attention to what happened, because they only pick on the people that are telling the truth. They only persecute the people that are telling. I hope y'all heard that. Pretty far away in the apartment. All right. So that was very weird. And now I had to clean this because this appeared out of nowhere. This is not due to... Oh, I see. Okay. Now I understand. One of the eyeshadows is a little broken here, but it was nowhere near my tarot cards. Anyway, that being said, very random, I know, but really, when you do what I do, nothing is random. Everything has a meaning. So I'm going to have to buy a new deck of tarot cards, because quite honestly, I don't want this soot being all over it. Well, it'll have to do for today's reading, okay? Somebody doesn't want me to do this reading in this video. Oh, well, like I say to everybody else that has a problem with my content, why the fuck are you watching then? If you have a problem with my content, that says more about you than it does about me. Okay? If you have a problem with my content, it says a hell of a lot more about you and your misgivings about it than it does about me. All I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? If you don't like the message, look at why you don't like the message. Right? Am I right, guys? I mean, come on, man. Anyway, megalomania. Megalomania is basically having a God complex. And I've talked about this a lot over the past couple of weeks. There's a real danger and a real temptation when you do spiritual work, when you do spiritual readings, to fall into that megalomania type of way of being. Now, a megalomania will basically shun anybody that doesn't agree with them. Okay? If you guys have been watching what's been going on with the video I recently posted about Selena, Justin, and Haley, I've been following it for a while. Okay? This is not exactly news. But there was some bumbling bozo up underneath the comments that just really spouting off at the mouth. And, as you ascend, as you rise above things, you realize people's reactions have nothing to do with you and say everything about them. Okay, so watch people's reactions. If they're like foaming at the mouth and they have to wipe the spittle from their chin and they have that crazy wild-eyed stare as they're typing something in and they don't even check their grammar, it's like, it's like, you can only imagine what their face looks like as they're typing everything out. In Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there's a scene where Eddie's character thinks that it's Jessica Rabbit from the back, but turns around and it's this crazy, like I said, a woman with a wild-eyed stare, like, oh man! and just the face. If I could like freeze frame that face, that's who I imagine is typing up everything up under the comments. It's like, that's who I imagine what they look like. Now, I don't know exactly if this person is somebody that has been watching me for a while or not, because some of the things indicate that this person has been watching me for a while for whatever reason. I don't know. If you don't like my content, why the fuck are you watching? I mean, don't do that to yourself. You're gonna get your fucking feelings hurt. It's like I say it all the time. If you're a karmic or you are working as a karmic, whether it's known to other people or not, save yourself the heartache, save yourself the embarrassment, because I will respond and you're not going to like the way I respond. Save yourself the embarrassment. If you don't like it, just put the dislike and keep it moving. But no, some people just feel this, and this goes to what I was talking about before. It's that megalomania. Nobody likes to be told about themselves. Okay, that's kind of what megalomania is as well. So when I'm talking about this, you're going to recognize this, in any interactions that you have had with people that are a megalomaniac, or they tend to play the victim very well. Okay, part of persecution mania is always being the victim, always portraying yourself as the victim. I'm only trying to do this, I'm only trying to do that. And whenever somebody has something that is not agreeable to what you're trying to portray, it's victim mentality. Okay, I felt very, very pushed to do this reading, guys. And I know I tend to spend 20 minutes on an intro, but you know what? I had to get you guys ready for what's about to be revealed here. And I do apologize if I do tend to talk a lot. Hey, my Mercury is in Gemini. Okay, I talk a lot. So shout out to my Geminis. Okay, my Mercury is in Gemini. I talk a lot. So having this channel is the perfect thing for somebody like me. I like to talk. So Anyway, getting into the reading. What's going on with the megalomania within the spiritual community? Megalomania is a God complex. There's only one God, okay? Disagree with me, agree with me, whatever, The God I worship, he's pretty well known in these parts. Okay, he's pretty well known. I'm going to tell you guys, I would not be alive without this God that I worship, okay? So, Jesus is king, okay? You can debate me all you want, if you want to debate me, but... Okay, I am getting my attention to this magician card here with this reading about megalomania. There's some kind of sinewy, under the radar. Well, it's not going to remain under the radar with me. I expose everything. This energy within the spiritual community now with this magician card here. To be seen as the only truth. Okay, everybody wants to be seen as the only truth. You're going to resonate with what you resonate with, guys. And, if this doesn't resonate with you, then, click off right now. I'm not going to be judgy. I'm not going to judge you. And, you'll still get love from me. It's not, I'm only saying what I need to say here, But with this megalomania, a megalomaniac cannot be told they're wrong. No. Don't tell a megalomaniac that they are wrong. They cannot be told that they are wrong. Okay, that's part of the vainglory that I've been talking about. A megalomaniac operates within the Jezebel spirit. And the Jezebel spirit does not only influence women. It seems to prefer women for whatever reason, but it can go into men too. So the Jezebel spirit and the megalomania are one and the same. Megalomaniacs want your undying devotion. Megalomaniacs want to be revered, want to be held on high, and in essence are taking glory away from who doesn't really need the glory. Let me back up there. Who doesn't really need the glory, but gets it anyway. A megalomaniac operating within the God complex needs constant reassurance that they're doing a good job, needs constant compliments, needs constant votes of support. They don't just do their job. They can't go on unless they have public admiration. It's part of the vainglory. Anything pointing to the behavior is seen as persecution, okay? And that is where we're going to talk about persecution mania. It's a mania. It's something where you think everybody is out to get you. You think everybody, that doesn't agree with what you're talking about, or if somebody teaches something different, oh God, no. I have to get this support again. I have no confidence in what I'm teaching. If you have confidence in what you're teaching, you should not need constant reassurance, constant support. The people that resonate with what you're saying will just resonate, whether you see physical evidence of it or not. This is all what megalomania and operating within the Jezebel spirit is all about, okay? Guys, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know deep down, okay? Okay, something just came out here. I'm shuffling, and the Eight of Wands just came out. So whoever's behind this, operating within a God complex, operating within the Jezebel spirit, they want to take as many people with, and they want to do this quickly. If you guys know anything about tarot cards, if you know anything about them, you know what the Eight of Wands is all about. Doing things quickly, very fucking quick. Instead of being still and researching, first thing, tap, 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 tap. I need to feed my vanity. I need to feed my vainglory. I need to feed whatever hunger psychologically is within. Psychologically, there's something missing that I need to operate within a God complex and operate within the Jezebel spirit in order to feel validated. It's a validation, external validation. Remember what I was telling you guys about external validation. You guys, I'm not preaching to the choir here, guys. I'm sure I'm not the only one that recognizes for what it is. Okay? Yes, I'm a preacher that says cuss words. I told y'all that I was going to change the fucking game. I was going to change the game of preaching so that, you know, of course, it's going to be within my style, but it's going to be preaching that gospel, preaching that good news. Okay? You're either with it or you're not. I'm like I said, I'm not going to judge anybody. You're either with it or you're not. You either want to listen or you don't, or you resonate or you don't. I'm not going to judge you in any type of way, you know? But with this first card here, it says it. Wow, okay. And I hardly shuffled on it, and that is the first one that came out. 8 of Wands. So whatever's behind this, they want to take as many with them as possible. So this is why me as a spiritual teacher, I have to be careful every fucking day of my lives, guys. All right. Well, notice how I said lives. I've done this before. In a past life, but every day of my life I had to be very, very careful I don't fall into vainglory. And I'm gonna tell you, it is a little bit of a thing with me. It's like, is what I'm doing coming from vanity? Is what I'm doing coming from vanity? I always gotta fucking check myself, and I'll ask Jesus, am I being vain? Am I being vain in certain respects? Am I doing this out of vanity and vainglory and megalomania? I ask, why do you think I'm making these videos? Because I gotta check my fucking self too before I wreck myself. Okay? So, tell us about this megalomania. Okay. I'm just going to shuffle this just a little bit. Oh. Somebody doesn't want me to do this video. It's not shuffling the way I wanted to. I wonder who's watching this and getting pressed about this. Oh boy. Well, not my issue. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's not my issue. You don't like what I'm saying? Take it up with Jesus. Take it up with him. Take it up with God. See what he tells you. Anyway, megalomania. What's going on with megalomania in the spiritual community? What's going on with the megalomania in the spiritual community? Interesting. Very interesting. We have the Lover's card here. So I feel with this card here that this is more prevalent amongst not even general tarot, people that do general tarot. This is more prevalent amongst twin flame readers, or those that call themselves twin flame readers, because the twin flame card is coming out here. Okay, so there's a real mad rush to get as many people as possible. Mad rush, mad rush. I feel it. I'm sure you guys have felt this too. Interesting, but I'm not surprised. Next card I pulled out was the Moon card. They're expecting people not to pick up on this. Well, then God tapped me to do this, and I got a big fucking mouth, so yeah, it's coming out. It's supposed to be hidden. This plan, this scheme with the megalomania. But since I revealed it, well, I'm gonna check myself right now. It was God that revealed it through me. Okay? It's God that's revealing this, not me. I ain't taking no fucking credit for that shit. God's revealing everything. I'm just a voice. That's it. God's revealing everything. He did it with the prophet Elijah. He did it with the prophet Elisha. Okay? He did it with many, many prophets. There were prophets from the beginning of time. Okay? So I work very closely with the prophet Elijah. Because the prophet Elijah didn't give it a crap what anybody said. He just said what God wanted to say, and that's that. It is what it is. Of course he had his doubting times, especially, if you guys know the story of Jezebel and Elijah. He didn't trust God at one point because Jezebel, after being exposed, came after Elijah, and he felt he needed to hide. That's where I'm going to differ from Elijah. Okay? that's where I'm going to differ from him. No, bitch. We can have a dialogue. We can have a dialogue. That's fine. I'm always up for a debate, always up for dialogue, always up for it. And I feel this breed of prophets and prophetesses are, and I do feel it's mostly women. And this is why I got my group together, the Order of Mary Magdalene, which if you're interested in joining and you resonate with this message, type I'm in. Because the more the merrier, okay? And I'm getting chills as I'm telling you this, so I'm kind of expecting more people to join, but welcome. But if you guys know the story about Jezebel, she got thrown to the dogs. And the only thing that the dogs left were her head and her hands. What does that tell you? All the evil schemes and evil plots formed in her head, but it took idle hands. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. You ever heard that? Those dogs even knew. I ain't touching those hands. I'm getting chills as I'm telling you that. Okay? Now, what I say is going to be a little uncomfortable to those that are not ready to hear it. Okay? And, everybody has their, what they resonate with and what they don't resonate. Okay? So, that being said, I'm not here to judge. I'm not the judge. Jesus is the judge. Okay? I'm not here to judge. All I'm here to do is to relay a message. That's it. All I am is a physical voice. That's it. All these messages come from God. I'm just a voice, a physical voice. That's it. But let's recap with this whole megalomania thing. 8 of Wands, the Lover's card, the Moon card. Oh my gosh. Whatever is up on the other side, because there's 2 sides fighting here. Them and us. Okay? And they're recruiting. They're recruiting like mad. Okay? It's like, you ever seen those posters? We want you? That kind of thing. It's like, but not in the same kind of thing, but it's like the army type of configuration here. Okay? Satan is recruiting his army. God already has his already tapped. Those that have been sealed are already tapped. We are already ready for battle. I'm one of them. Okay, so say what you want, I know which side I'm battling on. I know which side my bread is buttered on. Okay? And it's on, I err on the side of God. Okay? Praise Jesus. So, that being said, let's move on here. What's going on with the megalomania in the spiritual community? And there are going to be a lot of people I'm picking up right now that are going to be very angry about this video. And they're going to respond in kind. And they're going to, there are going to be some people, and if you see anybody that's trying to discredit this video, let me know. It's like, I tend to only watch a certain amount of channels on here. I don't watch everybody. So if you're made aware of anybody that's trying to discredit what I'm saying, then just let me know. Oh shit, okay. This megalomania is coming from very, very depressed individuals, okay? We have the 5 of Cups here. Spiritual narcissism usually weaves into a person that has everything to gain by being a megalomaniac. Just that constant need for reassurance that they're doing a good job. If you know that you're doing a good job, you shouldn't need complete strangers to tell you that you're doing so. You know what I mean? It's kind of ridiculous. Just do what you were here to do. You know what I mean? It's like you shouldn't need the constant external validation. Alrighty. Let me just put this, I'm hoping, yeah, this is still on, okay, because I have the battery saver on here, and when the screen goes off, I'm assuming that it went off and it's not still recording. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups here. This is rooted in childhood. This is definitely rooted in childhood. Hold on, let me just, because this thing is going to bother me here. Hold on, there we go. This is rooted in childhood, and in my psychological studies, I've been studying a lot about because my focus is on child psychology. Because, you know, as a twin flame, we do have to work on our inner child. So I felt that was the natural progression. Um, this need for external validation comes from some kind of childhood wound. So there's an overcompensation going on. Interesting, but not surprising. Kind of felt that, you know, and to have these cards validating that or verifying that, I would say, better word. There's no validation needed. Okay, it's the blind leading the blind. This megalomaniac is the blind leading the blind. There's this perfect cartoon that I saw. Um, you know how on Instagram they have this little album that you can have for saved memes and everything? I got a whole bunch. Oh my God, guys. The snark. Oh, when you notice that somebody is a little more snarky than you are, it's always it's always great. But I saw one, and I had to look for it, and I'll probably make that the what you call it, the thumbnail for this video, because I tried to paint a picture of what I'm trying to say with the thumbnails. And it's basically a picture of a cliff, a whole bunch of followers, and somebody preaching on the other side, but he's like more towards the and that represents the spiritual teacher, right? You know, no matter what section you're doing it, okay, it's a spiritual teacher is a spiritual teacher. It doesn't matter, religious or not. And it's very interesting how, you know, I love these types of cartoons because they really, whoever the artist was that did this really said a mouthful, because you show this cliff, this plank, right? And it brings me back to that Bible quote. How dare you, and I'm paraphrasing here, but you guys that know which one I'm talking about, you'll know which one I'm talking about. How can you see my transgressions if you can't take the plank out of your own eye? You can't even see me clearly enough with the plank in your own eye. Remove the plank in your own eye, then you'll be able to see me better, right? So to use that word plank, right? In this cartoon, on the one side, you have this spiritual teacher just teaching whatever they're teaching, right? But they are kind of like teetering on that cliff, and the only thing holding him up is the support of the followers. And they show one that's already left. And if they all leave en masse, then what happens to the support of the followers, right? They leave to the safety of the cliff, but what happens to the spiritual teacher? They fall to their death, right? It's a very powerful message, and you know, it might trigger some people. I'm just gonna say that. So just look out for that. But I'm filled with the Holy Spirit right now, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now, and there's they have a lot to say, and they don't. My big mouth ass is the one to say it. Ah. So it's that whole blind leading the blind, right? We have the Two of Swords here. You know, I've been picking up on this for a while, so for me to do this reading kind of like confirms what I've been feeling with this Two of Wands. It's not Two of Wands. Well, there may be plans, intentions behind that, so that was a Freudian slip. But with the Two of Swords, we have somebody here that doesn't have their finger on the pulse of what's going on, but yet they are teaching a mass of people, right? Now insert wherever you need to insert here. You know, it's like this, you know, could be anybody, right? There's a list. There's a list. With this Two of Swords here, it's the blind leading the blind. And just reference, you know, if you ever get stuck on this, just reference that cartoon that I just told you about. The only thing supporting up a megalomaniac spiritual teacher is the support of the following. Once people start leaving, boom, 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 they fall off the cliff. You know, a megalomaniac needs an audience. Okay. They like to hear themselves speak. Megalomaniacs like to hear themselves speak. Thank you, Jesus. Now, we had the first 6 cards here about megalomania. Now we're going to talk about victim mentality and persecution mania. Everybody that doesn't agree with you is against you. Okay? If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments, okay? Because I really certainly would be happy to speak on this more. This is my job as a preacher, to speak on uncomfortable subjects, okay? One of the promises that I can make to you guys, that I'm not a prosperity preacher. I'm not. I'm going to give you just as much good news as the uncomfortable truth, okay? And, this is why I'm focusing a lot on revelations, the revelations of Jesus Christ. And, those that don't agree with what I'm saying can poo-poo this all they want. It's like pick up a Bible. But it just goes to illustrate what I've been saying here. Megalomaniacs need an audience. They need that's their thing. They need an audience. Alrighty, but megalomaniacs can fall into this kind of psychosis as well. Okay, both of these are psychoses. Megalomania is a psychosis, as is persecution mania, the belief that anybody that disagrees with you is against you. If you're not able to engage in a conversation and prove what you're saying, not just run your mouth, that's the big difference there. I'm seeing a lot of that lack in the spiritual community right now. It's really unfortunately because there's a real potential there to really boom, boom, wake up the masses. You know what I mean? And it's like, but also as a spiritual teacher, you have to not assume you're the only one that can, right? You have to realize people are going to challenge you on what you're preaching. People are going to disagree with you on what you're saying, and that's fine. I expect you to think for yourself. Okay, I expect that. Okay, the only way that you can truly, because the mind can be changed, the spirit remains unmoved, right? The only way to really tune into what the truth is for you is to tune into your spirit. Have that talk with your higher self, God, Jesus, whatever, with that higher part of yourself. I just want the truth. And whatever resonates in your spirit, that's what resonates in your spirit. It may be what I'm saying, it may not be what I'm saying. Like I said a million times before, my job is not to judge, it's just to, that's it. Okay? Tell us about the persecution mania that's prevalent in the spiritual community right now. Tell us about the that one wants to come out, or two want to come out. Interesting. They both came out in the reverse. Okay, whoever this is referencing, we have the Tower in reverse here, and we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse here. All right, so what these two cards tell me is that whoever this is referencing, okay, they're feeling and acting, when they act out with this Tower in reverse card here, it's because they can feel their grasp loosen, right? And that's what happens with a Tower in reverse. Things are crumbling. It's not the complete destruction of a tower, right, when it's in the upright, but it's a fast dismantling, brick by brick. It's coming down. You guys remember the dream, the tower dream? I don't feel that was just about karmic and DM. I feel that that was really kind of a prophetic type of dream, talking about what's happening right now. There's a dismantling happening, right? Any false paradigms, just dismantling, brick by brick. And those that hold up that paradigm are kind of losing their shit right now, because we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse here, losing their grip. Okay, I can't choose which cards come out here. It's whatever falls out. Tell us about the persecution mania. I'm going to need another card with this one because it's a very, very interesting combo right here. We have the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands in reverse. All right, the Six of Wands is upright. The Ace of Wands is reversed. So I feel what I'm getting right here is victory through sketchy means, right? recognition through sketchy means. And that goes also with the moon card that I pulled earlier. I'm getting this like pain in my stomach right now. Somebody is not going to like this truth being told. So when you see these two cards here together, the Six of Wands upright and the Ace of Wands reversed, it points to a fear of being exposed, number one. And number two, whatever clout, whatever recognition has been attained through shady means, either through a ritual, you know, you fill in the blanks. If it comes to you, that's most probably what's happening, okay? But I'm getting mostly ritual, okay? Because wands are usually steeped in magic, okay? As in magic wands, right? Could be sex magic, okay? Because there is a wand here, a single wand here. So there may be some occultish type dark sex magic that may have been done to achieve this recognition, but not by, what's the word I'm looking for? Not by spirit, not by good spiritual means. At least that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, it may be been spiritual, but it wasn't a good spiritual. And there's always that fear of being found out. You know, there's always that fear in the back of their head of being found out. Praise Jesus. Wow. It's amazing. When you really ask for the truth, boom, he gives it to you like boom, 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 boom. I love working with Jesus. You know, Jesus is God. Okay, obviously. You know, my readings are God-centered, you know. So, wow. You ask for it, he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you. With the persecution mania, this is what's going on in the person's head. What else is going on within the head of somebody suffering from persecution mania? Why do I feel like somebody's not going to like what I'm saying here? I just have a message for that person, whoever it is. You want to try to come for me? I'm a literal child of God. So you want to try to come for me, you'll rue the fucking day. So you can try, but you're going to fall on your ass. So I don't know who that was, but I guess we'll find out. We always do, don't we? Ladies and gentlemen. Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like they're speaking on somebody within one of these signs here. Okay? Interesting. Tell me more about this person or persons that are operating within. Oh, God, that came out again. I'm telling y'all, I can't make this shit up. The moon card came out again. The moon card came out again. So whoever this is, they don't want to be found out. They don't want the exposure. Oh, it was fine when they had good exposure, but now that bad exposure is happening, they don't want it. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Gotta take the good with the bad. What do I tell famous people all the time? You don't want, people to, estar arriba, be, I guess, nosy, what you would say. You don't want us to look into your situation, don't be famous. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't expect to be famous and well known and all of this stuff and not be called out for certain things. It's like, come on, guy. Come on. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. One more card for this. That's all I can fit on here. And quite honestly, I don't like the energy coming from the person this is reflecting. So I'm going to do one last card and leave it right here. Draw your own conclusions, guys. That's all I got to say. Draw your own conclusions, okay? It's like, you either agree with me or you don't. You either vibrate with this or you don't. It's like, I'm not going to force you either way. That's not my job. My only job is to be the voice. That's it. Like the prophet Elijah. Let's get one last card on the persecution mania being reflected here. There's a call for balance here. We have the temperance card. This person's imbalanced, and I do feel, like I said before, this has something to do with a childhood wound. All right, there's no judgment here. I mean, we all have childhood wounds. All of us. All of us have had something happen to us that really impacted our lives. And, This is part of this twin flame journey that we have to clear that out, because it has no place. Our old demons have no uh, place moving forward when we're supposed to awaken the rest of the masses. Those of you that resonate as one of the 144,000, you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. Anything else that we need to know before we close out this reading and this video? Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. Health. Pentacles are not just about money and wealth. They're also about health. So this is a real call here to do a check. Just do a check of your mental, emotional, spiritual health. It's a trifecta. They work in tandem with one another. So just do a check-in. A lot of us don't, or we lead busy lives. Have that conversation with God, that conversation with Jesus, or if you don't want to have a conversation with Jesus, well then I don't know what to tell you. I guess your higher self, you would call it your higher self. Yeah, guys, this is what I have for you: the whole megalomania and persecution mania. Now that this video has come about, I do feel that you guys will start to recognize it everywhere. So don't be a stranger. Let me know what you've learned, and show it in the comments. I like to know that, what I'm teaching here is reaching at least one. Okay. Love you guys. Big, 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 big hugs to all of you, newbies and my current subscribers. And thank you for all of the love. Okay. I'm very overwhelmed with all the love that I've been getting. Y'all don't even know me, and you're just so good, and I extend that love right back to you. Okay, big hugs to you. God bless you, and yeah, I'll talk to you in the next video. All information for personal readings and to follow me on social media is in the description box below. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and share with a friend that might need this. Okay, love you guys, and I will talk to you. God bless.